Welcome to the Focused Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Cher Kretz, and welcome to day 2 of 7 days of 7-minute podcasts, where we're going to talk about my newest journal, 30 Days to Higher Hopes, and I'm going to unpack it a little bit for you. If you would like to get a copy of the 30 Days to Higher Hopes, you can do that right now on Amazon. So to hop over, type in 30 Days to Higher Hopes, and you'll see the book come right up. It's the yellow copy that you guys voted for with the arrow straight up. And today, we're going to talk about a quote that I put in that I've said many times. You guys have probably heard me say it many times as my podcast listeners. A solution-focused mindset helps you have higher hopes. Negative self-talk is replaced with high-quality thoughts so that you move towards your best hopes as you navigate your life. A while back in a talk I was doing with a whole group of parents, I pulled a sound bite from that talk, and this was the quote that was in it. And I felt like it encompassed everything that really gave me the motivation to write this writing journal for you. Because a solution-focused mindset does help you completely focus in a brand new way. When I developed the website, The Focused Mindset, I had already been a solution-focused specialist for a while. And I had realized that there's power in reframing how we think about things. I realized that our natural capacity, and this is based on brain research, is to look at the tragedy, look at the fear that's surrounding you. You know, this was very helpful a long time ago when we were maybe out in the wild, or maybe if you're out in the wild, it is a very helpful thing for us to have fear, a real fear of a danger that might exist. The problem is our brain is always looking for fears that might exist, and many times they don't exist at all. It's just that the brain is seeing something new and different, and it's saying, whoa, 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 hold up now, wait a minute, is this dangerous? Now, I tell people, look at that fear head on and look at it and say, okay, is this a bit dangerous? If it is it the type of danger that's actually good for me? Or is it something that I need to take away some of the aspects of it to make sure that I'm in line with my values? Many times, if we feel a little tug, it's because we want to make sure that we're in line with our values as we move forward, not because the thing that we want to do is wrong. It could mean that the thing that we want to do is absolutely right. Because we should feel a little bit of fear and a little bit of anxiety before we do something amazing. That's sort of our body's way of telling us, oh my gosh, here you go. You're going to jump. You're going to do this. Have you ever been jumped off the high dive at a pool? It's been quite a while for me. But the other day I was at a pool and I was watching the kids go up to the front, and the ones that have never done it, they're just like, ah, they're at the edge of the high dive and not wanting to do it. And finally, once they jump and they realize, wait, this is an amazing experience. This is the process that we go through in our life. The problem is, many times as adults, we stop at the edge of right where we need to jump, and we don't take that next step. And on the other side of that is our fullest potential and the higher hopes that we are always wanting to have. So, I think this quote is something that we all need to remember as we move forward throughout our day. That's why I put it in the 30 Days to Higher Hopes. A solution-focused mindset helps you have higher hopes. The negative self-talk is replaced with high-quality thoughts so that you move towards your best hopes as you navigate your future. A solution-focused mindset. That's a mindset that looks for the solutions and looks for the things that could happen and should happen and will happen in the future, rather than spending so much time thinking about the things in the past. Even when we are thinking about things in the past, we can glean from the memories that are wonderful, or we can glean from the memories that are awful. I think sometimes we spend time thinking about, oh, this went wrong in my life, and thinking about a dark memory, and we build that dark memory up. Many times that dark memory is so prevalent within us because it was surprising and alarming, and our mind doesn't want to forget it. It's not meant to forget, though, but we do need to put it in its place and say, okay, That's meant for me to remember, for me to be able to know that that's a part of who I am. But what is the light? What wonderful, incredible memories were equally as surprising and equally as wonderful, that gives me a glimpse into the person that I was always born to be. That is where you want to live, because it will help you be more solution focused, because you can take that thought and then say, okay, I want to replace the fear that is within me with high quality thoughts. Bottom line is, not all of the thoughts that we think were meant to save and keep and hold on to. Some of them were meant to have a place in our life, and then we think, okay, what's the highest quality of thoughts that I can have right now about this? Even about the worst thing that I went through, how do I want to think about it? You know, some of the things that I've been through in my life have been pretty lousy. Many of you might already know that I was sexually abused as a child when I was in my upper elementary years. And I had to come to a place in my life where I chose, what am I going to do with this memory? What am I going to do with this? And I decided that the best possible thing that I can do is help others get through the equally hard challenges that they have in life, whether it be being abused in some way, or whether it be another dark memory that they have to face from their childhood. I know that I have the power to help people get through those awful things, because I went through it myself. But if I continue to relive that, I become, I guess you could even just say, a shell of a person. And that wasn't interesting. I wasn't interested in being that version of me. I decided that my past will not define who I will be in the future. It is part of who I am, not ashamed of it at all, but it will not define my future. And you can do that the same about any dark and awful memory, because you can replace even how you categorize that from a what I call low quality thought that just doesn't get you anywhere. That this thought just breaks apart and allows you to be in your bed with the covers over you, to saying, wait a minute, how do I want to use this in my life? What do I want to become? What kind of person do I want to be? And then we take a step forward towards that person, and we use every little bit of the things that we've done in our life to help shape us into a version of ourselves that's beautiful and wonderful and amazing, and at least closer to that, right? And at times we fall, at times we screw up, but we can even decide how we think about that. We don't have to beat ourselves up with a bunch of low quality thoughts. We can choose to say, I'm navigating my life. I am going to focus on my best hopes. When you ask somebody, if you're a practitioner or someone that's a solution focused specialist, and you say, what are your best hopes? Why is it that they will be like, I don't know? Well, it could be because they've never been asked that question in that type of way, but it could be because they haven't practiced, they haven't grown that side of their brain, if you will. They haven't allowed the parts of their mind to connect that says, wait a minute, I do have hopes, and I have hopes that are the most amazing ever. And how can I voice them? How can I say, what are my highest hopes, and feel okay about it, not feel weird about it? The first step is knowing that having a solution-focused mindset will help us, and it matters. The person that you are each and every day matters. That you're not judgmental, and you gather your thoughts with purpose, that you're able to make plans that are aligned with your values, and that you're soaring forward each day with a hopeful attitude. I know that the 30 Days to Higher Hopes will help you do just that. And as usual, I'm watching the countdown. That's what these next 7 days are all about. And we go a little bit over 7 minutes, but it basically keeps me on track to know, wrap it up, stop rambling. So I'm going to do that right now. It's time for us to wrap up this podcast. I'm so glad that you were with us. Whether you're with us in a training listening to this, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're listening on Apple, Google, feel free to access all of the notes, all of the downloads that are available to you, because I want you to have higher hopes. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of the Focused Mindset community. And until next time, keep in touch and take care.